American philosopher Kenneth Burke once said, "We not only interpret the character of events, we may also interpret our interpretations," meaning it has actually never been enough or sufficient for ourselves either to provide one-sided, arbitrary, and partial interpretation of events that happens before our eyes, or regarding people that come into contact with ourselves or that we communicate with, establish relationships with. It has never been enough for anyone in the world to develop integrity, morality, character, sovereignty, and distinction all by themselves and never encounter any kind of criticism, bias, judgment, assessment, opinion about themselves or their qualities and virtues. Because criticism, opinion, and judgment are always going to be there, and it is also fundamentally important, necessary, and meaningful for all of us to learn to develop self-criticism as part of our constant growth, incessant learning, maturity, morality, etc. Because if we don't adopt self-criticism and condemnation of our own character and the way we interpret, explain, and describe events that happens to us, or the way we perceive things and people, then obviously we will be victims of self-pity and ignorance, aggression, frustration, and one-sided stories that are not actually happening in reality, but that only lives in our minds because of our one-sided perception of events. So our perception has to be with ourselves and not with external events, because external events happen as they like to happen. External events happen because of the universe and the cosmos. They happen in accordance with some otherworldly, superior, and bigger laws and entities that we can neither see nor can we comprehend or decipher. So we basically have to make adjustments and amends to our character, perception, mentality by criticizing ourselves as well as our interpretations of the people and the events that we interpret and that we perceive. So we also have to be able to interpret our interpretations that may have bias, prejudice, hypocrisy, and other kinds of problems about itself. So the moment we learn to criticize ourselves, we improve by removing our mistakes and by overcoming our boundaries and obviously conquering our shortcomings, limitations, etc., and by also understanding other people's problems as well, and by comprehending their behaviors in a better light and not blaming the event itself.